Yo, Big Zo Podcast. Subscribe right now. Follow us everywhere. Holla at your boys. Leave a comment. Yeah.
Yo, Miss on me. Welcome to the Big Show podcast. I go by the name of Berto. Hey, today's podcast, man, we got the homie with me, Kay. What up, Kay?
What up, what up, what up? Thank you, Berto. Thank you guys for having me. What's up, what's up?
Hey, man, so the last 24 hours, we're going to be just doing a quick podcast, man. The last 24 hours, man. If you guys haven't heard the news, basically, DeVon,
Yeah.
DeVon Franklin and Meagan Good have officially called it quits after 9 years of marriage. I guess a question it's basically two questions that I have, and I want to just throw it out there. First of all, was it a surprise that that they get into divorce and they call it quit?
Yeah, I guess a huge surprise. I don't think anyone really saw that coming. You know, I think everybody thought that they were a super happy modern Christian couple, modern day love story. So I don't even know. I didn't see it coming personally. I definitely didn't.
No, I hear you, and I think what me is, I hear you also, and I think what it is like, I was kind of surprised because I don't really know too much about them as a couple, but I remember when they first came out, like how they were happy and stuff, how she was pretty much saying, he changed her life. She was saying like he changed her life. He was basically like a different type of dude that she dated over the past. She was with like hot boys or what, what I'm saying? So them hood dudes, and he was a different guy. Because if I'm not mistaken, he's a pastor.
Yeah, like a minister or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's like a lot different than what she was used to. She seemed to be really happy, evolving, going into her new step of life. So I don't know. It's crazy. Like I said, I didn't see it coming. It was just a shocker.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, like because I remember like this was like a long time ago. I can't remember what year was this, but I was watching something and I know she was emotional, saying that it's hard being like being married to a pastor. Because when you're a pastor's wife, you're not only a pastor's wife, you're a first lady. You got to present yourself a certain way. And I know like the previous way, the way she was dressing, it was basically, she was dressing. She was out there. She was pretty much like what we call modern day city girl.
Oh my god!
Like she was a city girl before the city girls.
She was just a little stick.
Or we call hot girl summer. She was a hot girl.
Yeah, she's a hot girl.
Yeah, she was a hot girl before the other hot girl.
But no, yeah, I think that might have been it. The church is very, judgmental sometimes, especially when it comes to, what you wear, what you say, and all that good stuff.
And people don't understand,
I'm sure they didn't like a lot of her Hollywood, her Hollywood persona when she had to, be sexy, show it off. But I'm sure that didn't go over well in the church.
Yeah, true. And people don't understand, like, I go to, we all been to church. We all go to church. There's hope for some of us that continue to attend church on Sundays and believe in God and whatnot. People don't understand, look, church people are the most, and I hate to say it, but they're the most judgmental people.
They are.
And the stuff that you see, like all your rappers or your people in Hollywood are wearing, like you can't, like they're so very judgmental and they always got an opinion, and it's just like if you're not mentally tough, like to deal with it, because there's gonna be so much criticism coming your way.
Yeah.
So if you're not mentally tough, it could be draining for you, man.
Yeah, it can. It really can. Especially, to try to be just doing your job, and her, Hollywood persona is sexy, young, sexy, not in like a bad way, but just, she's a hot girl, and they use her, sexuality to their advantage in Hollywood. So of course, I'm sure it would be a problem anywhere you put it, at the church, even though she's doing her job.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's true or not, allegedly. So they said that basically he filed for divorce. And basically, because he wanted kids or something, he wanted to start a family, and she wasn't ready to start a family. And I'm like, damn, y'all been married for 9 years. Like, how much time do you really need? Like,
yeah, that's the gossip around town, is that he wanted kids, somewhat ASAP, and she was still kind of weary about whether or not she was ready for motherhood or even wanted to be a mother at all. So, that's the gossip, that might have been some of what led to their breakup as well.
And what's crazy to me, like. And this is not a Hollywood thing. This is just like a whole regular people relationship thing. Like, I don't understand, me personally, I don't understand, like, when you first start a new job, they give you 90 days, then you get your whole probationary year. You get your whole probation. When you start a new job, the company gets to know you before they give you the whole benefit package. I guess my question that I'm pretty much saying or asking is like, why do like men and it's not even men, it's basically men and women, why they don't actually get to know the person before they marry them? Why they don't actually get to know the person before they actually have kids with them?
That's true. People don't ask the right questions. You know, they wait until things happen to like, oh wait, what? You feel that way? Oh no, I feel this way. You know, there are a lot of questions you gotta ask. You know, if you're seriously dating someone, there are a lot of questions you gotta ask up front and be honest about. You know, if you really want things to last or to go somewhere.
And you know, not to cut you off, because I remember the reason why I'm bringing this up because I remember Jeannie mom, like she's with Jeezy right now, but I remember her ex was like he wanted kids, and if I'm not mistaken, they were together for what, like 12 years or something.
Yeah.
12, 15 years, and then he ended up cheating on her, got a woman pregnant, and basically he left her for the woman or something.
I think they got a divorce and then he remarried quickly. And
he remarried a woman, he got pregnant, and they had like 2 kids. And he was like, he just wanted kids, and she didn't want kids. And that's why I'm bringing up this question, because, you know, when you go to different new jobs, they give you, it takes them 90 days to get to know you, and they decide at the end of the 90 days term, do they want to give you a benefit package? They don't want to accept you full time to work for them under their umbrella. And I just feel like men and women, why we don't ask the same questions? Like, why we don't get to know a person? Like, it shouldn't take like 9 years for you to be with someone and to be like, damn, I wasted my whole time. It's like,
well, maybe she was like on the fence about it, and she just, you know, is still on the fence, or maybe she just decided she didn't want him, and he kind of feels like, dang, like,
you know,
I thought you were, but I don't, you know, like how you think you're gonna do something, then when it happens, you're like, ah. Maybe that might have been the case of it.
Man, like my dog Cameron Samuel says,
oh my God.
Like, she gonna die alone at this point. Like, she's already passed. She's divorced. She's on the way of being divorced. She's gonna be in the danger zone. She's gonna die alone. Like, and it's like crazy. Like, cause like she used to date like rappers and stuff like that and actors. Yeah. So my whole thing is like, this is looking outside.
Trying to change it up.
Well, looking outside, he seemed like first he's a pastor, but he's a young pastor, like, yeah, and he's like a good guy. And I know he's a director. He's more than a pastor and stuff. He's still in Hollywood too. Yeah, he produces. But my whole thing, like, he's a good guy. He's one of those guys you would consider like a good guy. You want your sister.
He's a Russell Wilson.
Exactly. He's a Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? He's not a Future out here. No, he's the type of guy
he's not far from a future.
Yeah, far from a future. But he's a guy that you would consider like you want your sister to marry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know. You want your niece to marry, like, he's the type of, like, the good guys. And it's just like, damn, why it didn't work out? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you knew you didn't want kids, why would you waste this guy's time for 9 years? Like, and I don't understand. It's not like you wake up one day, you don't want kids. It's like you either know you want kids or you don't.
For women, it's different. For women, it's a lot different.
But when you get to a certain age, like, you're 30 years old. It's like, when you're 30 years old, because I think they got married when she was, like, 32, 34 years old, something like that. Like, you should know by then if you want kids or not.
I think it's like this. I'll give you a scenario. Right? Once I went to the water park and they had this really tall ride. You had to walk up like, I don't know, I looked like 1,000 flight of stairs to get to the top of it. And so you finally get to the top, you know, it seemed really scary because there's like a little thing they close you up in and drop you down the slide. And so I remember asking, you know, how else can I get down if I don't want to ride? And he said, there's only one other way down, is back down the stairs. And, you know, I feel like that's kind of like how Meagan Good felt. Like, she thought she wanted to ride on the ride. She thought she wanted to be a mom. You know, like, that's a lot of the dream that women get sold. Wife and mother, right? So she got wife, you know, she thought she wanted to be a mother. And I think once she got to the top of that, you know, that ride, she realized, oh, snap. Like, do I really want to go down this slide, or do I want to walk back down these stairs? And so I kind of feel like that's where she's at with it.
And I get it, too. But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, I get it, but to some degree. But my whole thing is like, you should know at a certain age if you want kids or not. Like, you should know. And if you don't, let the guy know in advance, hey, I don't want kids. There's no way I want kids. You know, I think when you first meet someone in the first 90 days, I always say you should know each other stand in which political party they root for, religion, finance, especially if y'all gonna split the bill 50-50, if it's gonna be 100% the guy's way, if you're gonna be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife, or you're gonna, you know, work and do, you know, say every relationship is different, of course.
Yeah, sort all that out.
And I feel like men and women should discuss this like the first 90. And I know us as guys, we just want to smash right quick and get it. But especially with them, because from what I'm,
women, we don't be thinking.
but especially with them as couple, like I know they was waiting to marriage, like to smash anyway. So they had plenty of time to
Oh my god.
They had plenty of time to figure this shit out. So it's just like weird to me. And again, like it's allegedly, it could be other reasons too. Because I know with Jeannie Mai, like her relationship was because there was a kid situation, and he was a certain age. He was like, damn. At that time, I probably didn't want kids. I was like, maybe I could change her mind. And the whole thing, he couldn't change her mind. But it's crazy when a real nigga in Jeezy came through, he put it down and he changed her mind. Now she's pregnant. Shout out to Jeezy. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it might be the man too. Maybe she realized, he might. I don't know. We never know. Maybe she just realized maybe he was a good husband, but maybe he won't make the type of dad that she wanted for her kid, or the kind of dad she wanted to raise her kid with. So. You just never know. I feel like maybe she got into it with the best of intentions, and then maybe she realized I'm over my head, or maybe I didn't, pick the right person, or I don't know. Well, maybe the Christian life might have been too much for her. So like you said, for the pressure to be in the limelight of being the first lady, or a pastor.
Well, like Cameron Simmons said, he's like one of those guys that's a high value man, so he'll be picked up in a year.
Oh my God!
Yeah, in 10 years, she will not be married. She's gonna die. She's gonna be like the Vivica Fox of the world. What's the other dude?
She's a beautiful, successful young woman. I think she would bounce back very well.
Hall?
I think she would bounce back very well.
I just wanted to say breaking news. Will Smith out for divorce.
Oh my God!
That's what I want them to say. No. That will make my day.
Why are you cheering against black love? We want black love to thrive.
I respect black love, but I don't respect black love that's clownish and accept black love.
Black clown.
Like breaking news, Will Smith filed for divorce.
Black clown.
That would be great.
No.
But moving on, not moving on, but just stay on topic a little bit. Just one more question before we wrap this up. Why do you really think? Be honest. Why do you think like nowadays, especially the last 2 years, there's been a high divorce rate? People filing for divorce in the last few years. It could be because of pandemic or other reasons. Why do you think, there's been a high divorce? People filing for divorce.
I think that has to do a lot with. I think it's like a double, sided question, or not even that. It's a complex question. I don't really know all the sides to it. I can just speak on my opinion. I will say one thing is that women, specifically, have a lot more options these days than grandma that we love to compare those marriages to, grandma and granddaddy's relationship. Women, have financial options, they have educational options, women can kind of, as Aretha Franklin says, women are doing this for themselves. So, that kind of, I don't know, gets rid of a lot of the incentive to stay married to granddaddy, who I really didn't like that much, or who I married granddaddy when I was 18. And I didn't really know much about picking a husband at 18 as I do at 30 or 40, So I think that's some of it. And then I think also the pandemic. I think the pandemic and couples being forced to sit in the house with one another and look at each other for real. It made people realize, wow, I don't really like you that much, let alone love you. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. That make absolutely that makes sense. Also, my opinion is because for the first time, I'm using my example. When I go to work, man, I work like Monday to Friday. I usually wake up in the morning, go to work. After work, go hoop, or if I'm not hooping, I go to the gym. By the time I get home, get something to eat. Then, me and my girls, probably we have an hour or two, or 2 or 3 hours just stay home. You need to watch TV, kick it, hey, how was your day, bling. Or we chill all day on the weekend, maybe, what I'm saying? But I think for the first time, it's like a lot of people, even if they're working in the office, they now, this last few years, they've been working from home. So this is the first time for 24 hours, 7 days a week, they're forced to be in the same room all day with a person supposedly they say like/love. You know what I'm saying? And I say like/love because sometimes you might love someone but you don't really like them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might like someone but you don't really love them.
Yeah.
And it was just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think divorce. And another thing too is like a lot of couples get into a relationship, they don't build a friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of relationships were built on fluff or filler.
Yeah.
Like they were built on what we can do together.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to the movies. Let's go to the mall.
Yeah.
Let's go travel. Let's do this. Let's do that. And not necessarily built on I truly like you and you truly like me.
Yeah, and you got like, especially a lot of celebrities where they travel, like, probably 70-80% of their life they travel. and for the first time they're stuck at home, and their wife is like, yeah, I've been with y'all for like 10 years, but damn, we really don't like F with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Or
like
you change, I didn't know you stopped eating this. Or I didn't know you stopped, washing your clothes with this. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really got to know you in so long.
And I also think, like Kevin Center says, like I also think like females are they're not taught how to be wife.
And men are not taught how to be husbands. But another subject for another show.
It's another subject for another show, but like I don't think a lot of females are not taught how to be wife. I think a lot of females are like, and some of them not even taught how to be mothers, but that's definitely another topic for another day. And
I think we have a lot of men who are first generation husbands, and they just want to be husbands because they think it's the right thing, but they necessarily they want to be husbands because they know it's the right thing, but they have never truly seen it in motion, and they don't really know what a husband should do or say, from experience, just what they think it should be like.
Yeah, and a lot of relationships are like, okay, damn, I got pregnant, so I'm like forced to marry them.
Or I've been with them for 6-7 years.
I've been with this chick forever, and it's like, okay, we don't have kids, but I'm like forced to marry them, and I'm feeling pressure. Yeah. And I think that, excuse me, but I think another thing too, a female should not be. I think it's females' best interest to not force the dude to marry them.
Yeah, that's true. I think you shouldn't force it. Women shouldn't either. I think women have to stop forcing men's hand and trying to back them into a corner. I think people have to stop forcing, love. If they don't want you, let them. What Fantasia said, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Let them go. Free yourself.
Yeah, like Chris Brown said, he's being loyal.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We're sending dudes back to the streets like Susan.
Nah, but it's crazy. But like I think if you're in a relationship and you're friends with your girl, I think most likely your relationship is going to be successful. And if you're in a relationship where it's like you're not really friends with your girl, like I think it's that kind of relationship is going to have like a difficult time making it out during this pandemic. And then like the first part, if you're friends with your girl, the relationship is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like I said, there's plenty of reasons why a lot of relationships are failing right now, especially millennials too. But it's just like, I mean, I just think number one, I would say like 3 things people should do. Number one, get to know your partner. You know what I'm saying? Ask every question like a job will ask you in 90 days when y'all together. And at the end of 90 days, like ask yourself, hey, can I see myself spending the rest of my life with this person?
That's true.
Can I see this person be the mother of my kids and I feel comfortable?
Do I trust her with my money?
Do I trust her with my money?
She would trust me with money.
And I think and I think number 2 is basically what would you say number 2 is? I would say number 2 as far as in a relationship is I would say number 2.
Have genuine intentions. Don't go into it thinking, that somebody's gonna save you, or somebody can make you happy, or somebody can make you whole.
Yeah, because I hear this a lot.
Have genuine intentions, good intentions.
You have good genuine intentions. That's number 2. Because I think number 2 that makes sense because I hear a lot of females say this a lot. A lot of females say, "Well, I feel like I could change this guy."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and
what?
then we as women, we try to mother everyone, right? But like K. Michelle said, you can't raise no grown man. Okay, have genuine intentions. Don't try to raise them. Don't try to feel like you're gonna one up them. Men, don't try to be out here saving these hoes and then be upset 10 years later when you realize, damn, she was really just a broke hoe. But that's another subject for another day. So yeah, just have genuine intentions. Just get with somebody who you like, who likes you, who you have things in common with. You see the world similarly, not exactly alike, but at least similar.
Yeah. So number 1, basically, get to know the person in 90 days, like a company will get to know you in 90 days and find out towards the end of 90 days, is this person worth, extending this relationship with? And number 2, don't go into try to change a person, just be genuine with the person. And I would say number 3, just and don't take this wrong, but this number 3 is probably for the females. Is if you're not a wife material, don't ask for a ring. And don't expect to get a ring.
That's very true. Also, ladies, we gotta stop making hoes husbands. There are a lot of futures out here that we keep trying to turn into Russell Wilsons, and we gotta get hip. We gotta go after husbands and not hot boys and dope boys. We gotta go after men who are truly gonna build the future and a legacy, not just because they look good and got a nice car or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's the 3 things, man. Like I said, we just wanted to give our 2 cents about this. I wanted to give my 2 cents about this, man. Please do me a favor, click subscribe. Follow us every social media platform, Big Soul Podcast everywhere. Click like, click subscribe. Let us know what you really think. If you agree with my three things, like to possibly having a successful relationship, let me know. And if you don't, and if there's any other reasons, you feel like they kind of Meagan and the DeVon, marriage didn't succeed. Just let us know. Leave a comment below, man. But man, appreciate you doing this podcast, man.
All right, thank you so much, Berto, for having me. I hope y'all appreciate it. I had a good talk today, you guys. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. Big Soul Podcast everywhere. Holla at your boys, man.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Yeah, miss on me.